being that on every level? Am I a professional at everything I do? And am I trying to make myself 1% better in all this fields? Yeah. Is my mental health perfect? No. Do I still get depressed? Yeah. Do I still have anxiety? Yeah. Am I actively combating it? You fucking ain't right, I am, all day.
So should we be ambitious? Of course we should.
What are people gonna think of me if I fail? And what do they think about you if you don't try?
It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at his worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat.
I always wanted to be extraordinary. I wanted to always be the best I could be at something. So when I went out for something, I gave it my all. So I would go to the gym and I would train, and even in high school, I would train 3 times a day. I would wake up first thing in the morning and I would be at school before anybody was there, maybe an hour, hour and a half before school started. And I would either run on the track or I would swim in the pool with the swimming coach. Just to put me through some cardiovascular conditioning for wrestling or soccer. And then during school, I had a weightlifting class that I combined with lunch, and I would do my weight training. And then after school, I would go to practice, let's say wrestling practice, and then I would do our 2-hour wrestling practice. And then, you know, if we still had enough in us, you know, me and my training partner would go to his house where he had some wrestling mats, and we would do some additional drills at the end of the night. And then we would wake up and do it again the next day.
99.9% of us never really get to achieve that. We speak about it, but we lie in either the comfort zone of where we are at, or the idea that we know that we will never really achieve. So we just kind of let it for to go one day. And I always gotta say to people that, look, if you want something, you get one life. You only get the one. There's no reruns. There is no, well, I'll start again. No, you get this one. If you don't do it, it's done. It's gone. So don't spend your time wishing or waiting for when the stars are aligned or when things feel right. Because I can tell you, it will never feel right. There will never be the right time to do something. You have to make that happen. You have to go in there, because a life going after a goal, whether you achieve it or not, is never a life wasted. So just do for it. Go for it. You will never be the right time. You will never feel right. You will never be the, oh, this is the time I feel I'm ready to do it now. No, you will never be ready. So go for it. And every time you go for that, don't stop and regret, oh, I don't know, maybe, no, go for it. Because I can tell you that you always regret the things you don't do more than the things you did. Regardless of whether you succeed or not, you at least say, yeah, I went for it. And oh, I wish I did. So I always say to people, man, this is the only reason why I'm here. Because I know time and time again, I took a risk and I'm like, this is a big one. I don't know if it's right or not. But I'll tell you, well, what else you got? If you fail, you're still there anyway. If you succeed, wow, you've changed everything. So why not? So, and I've used that premise over and over. When every time something scares me and change scares me and the idea of trying and going for something scares me, I always go, well, you've already achieved something, so what else are you gonna do? Go for it, why not? You only live once, and you genuinely only live once. So, yeah, so I always say to people, man, please, life, going after something is never a life wasted.
People think that somebody's gonna come and rescue them. And I honestly think that people have this mindset of, it's okay, you know, someone will come and save me soon. And you know, it's not this actual saying, it's just this thought process. Because a lot of people go, yeah, well, you know, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next year. Oh, that's the focus next year. It's the whole resolution thing and everything. It's like, look, and a lot of people said this, there's no one coming. There's no one that's gonna hit that snooze on the alarm. There's no one that's gonna get your ass to the gym.
The very, very beginning, I don't think anybody could have truly believed in me. Even the people that loved me the most, because I was so far away from where I am today, that you would look at me and say that I'm crazy. You know, you're not the biggest guy in the world, right? Like you're probably 140 pounds. To think that you're gonna be Mr. Olympia one day is delusional. But I love that. I love that. I always thrived off that, especially through wrestling and other sports, is that I loved to do things that other people couldn't imagine doing, or didn't want to do, or couldn't do. Because one, it was either too hard, or two, they just couldn't envision it for themselves. And so I just thrived off doing things that other people didn't want to do or couldn't do. And so I remember going in that day and telling everybody in the gym that I'm going to be a bodybuilder. And that again was to confirm to me that this is my commitment. I'm going to do this. I'm speaking it into existence. And I remember the look on people's faces.
But what I learned, especially through that training, is a guy that looks beastly, it goes back to your mind. They can crumble really quick when you start implementing cold, tired, sand, I'm hungry, someone's yelling at me, my pride's getting affected, I'm the victim like I had in the sand pit. It's a lot different. I've seen guys that are like, this guy is no way gonna make it, and he does. He has a heart of a lion. You can't explain it. It's like you just keep going and keep trying and trying to get a push-up, knowing that you're not going to, but you're not gonna stop. That's it. Because that's what they wanna see on a battlefield. I'm not leaving my boy behind, I'm taking it. I'm finishing this fight until I can't anymore. That same stuff goes in our family life, work, business, children. It's all the same stuff. Just looks different.
Yeah. Well, your mind goes before your body, you know what I mean? If you fit and your body's still going, it's in the mind. You can still do it. You think you're putting 100%, you can't do anymore. You can keep on trugging on. And it's like, I've seen it like when I was on the selection course. You think you've come to the end, and they tell you you're coming to the end, and you jump on a vehicle and suddenly stop. No, you're going to go all night, and then all next day, and then you see people just say, oh, I've had enough. Because they've seen that end, and then when it's taken away from them, you've got to carry on, you've got to keep going. They think they can't, but they can, 100%. You can, like I agree with you, you can push your body more than what you think. And also your mind, you can, but it's in there, you know, just be determined to do it. Say, right, set yourself the goal, I'm going to get up and train tomorrow and do it. Don't let anything stop you. You know, if you can't do it in the morning, do it after work at night, do it in the middle of the night. I've done stuff like that really in the middle of the night with an head torch, like at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm saying, are you crazy? I'm like, no, I won't get something done. Because to me, we're designed to move. I've got to do something physical. I've got to get these endorphins going on a daily basis most days, you know what I mean? And that's my drug. I need that kickstart. And then once I've done something, you know, and then endorphins kick in, I'm like, right, this is what I want, this is what life's about. And also it's about surrounding yourself with positive people. I always say that. Negativity breeds negativity. And we've all had them friends who's just always miserable and moaning about such and such, and they can be a joke. But if you stay with it, and there's more people like that, and they all start talking about down things and everything, and you say, oh, we've got this, and it's a good thing going on. And then they'll start plugging you. So yeah, but this could happen and this. I'm like, God, no, let's just do it.
What you practice in private, you're rewarded for in public. There's a lot of things that I do I used to document everything on social media. Everything for me was a vlog, and everything for me was videoed. Now, only a small percentage of it is. I actually had someone message me and go, do you not go to the gym anymore? And I said, no, I am probably training just as hard as I always have when I used to compete. But it's my thing, it's not anybody else's now. Because before it would be like, right, I've got to go to the gym. Oh fuck, I need to bring my camera equipment. I need to be at that light because it's a bit dark in that corner. Need to make sure it's not too busy so I'm not disturbing anyone. And now it's, I get to go to the gym and lift. And I don't need to show you, I don't need to put a sweaty selfie to show you I'm doing it, because I'm doing it for me. You know, this is not anymore, I'm not in my 20s anymore trying to look good for other people. I'm in there looking good for myself. I'm in there because I care about my self-esteem, my self-confidence. I love myself. And a lot of people go, oh, you're full of yourself. I'm like, what's the opposite of being full of yourself? Being empty. And a lot of people are empty. Oh, you love yourself, don't you? How can you love other people if you don't love yourself? When we talk about fulfillment, what is fulfillment? It's being full in love. And that starts within. Once again, the quote goes, you can't serve others from an empty vessel. So a full vessel is someone who's full of themselves. But I think so many people fucked up that quote because they've generalized selfishness and being full of yourself and loving yourself as something that is vain, narcissistic, and selfish, which is why people are afraid to put themselves first.
Be that person who just always works, like regardless of who's looking at you, regardless of who's around. Do it when no one's around. Do it when no one's watching. That's like the traits that you want as a special forces soldier. You don't want someone who just performs when everyone's watching. And if you do that, by default, you're going to perform when someone's going to be watching you and you're going to perform. But also by default, that's the person that you're going to end up being, is someone that just performs and does it because that's their job role and not because someone's watching.
Hard work. There's a lot of hard work, and one of those things is like you have to have that determination to want to achieve something that really sort of strives and puts you to the point of, okay, I want to get this no matter what, and I'm going to do whatever I can to maybe to get it. And that's something that I think, first and foremost, you got to have that drive to want it that badly. Human nature, right? It's like we want it now. We don't really want to work that hard to get it. But unfortunately, when it comes to something like your physical being, something nature to you, there is no shortcut to be able to get it. No matter how much you try, you still have to come down to one thing. You can't buy it, you can't shortcut it, you can't overstep it. It will always still come down to your determination and hard work. And I think this is what sort of like this sport entails, is there is no shortcut to it. There is not something you can, buy or ask someone to do it for you. You have to come down and you have to do it yourself, and you have to go through all of it yourself. And in hand, that's why I love about it the most. And no matter how much people try to sell you different ideas of, oh, you can just do it if you just do this little thing, and all you have to do is this much and all that. It will always come down to the main thing. The body and soul of it will always be your determination and your hard work.
So once you really commit, and also commit to a certain type of practice, that means you need to bring out that discipline. It is that discipline that is fueling up this drive. We know that it's not easy, but no pain, no gain.
Because a man or a woman will never be able to consistently perform in a manner that is inconsistent with the way that they see themselves. So if you do the work of a champion, and you do the work, or you have the discipline of a champion, and you put the reps in like a champion, and you do all the physical things like a champion, and you make the sacrifices like a champion, but you don't truly believe that you're a champion, you're going to find success every now and then, and you're going to perform at a high level sometimes, or maybe even often, but you'll never be able to consistently perform in that manner if you don't truly see yourself as a champion. And the self-image is the guiding light and the lens by which you look through in every single aspect of your life, from your profession to your relationships, to the person that you marry, to the money that you make, to the accomplishments that you have. It is the most important thing, and it's in the world that we live in. We have a lot of people who have become self-image and self-improvement addicts, where they're constantly trying to learn new things, and they're trying to become better, or they're trying to learn how to become better, but they're not actually trying to be better. It's like we're trying to learn things, or you could even take this interview and you can glean this information, and you're sitting there and you're just starry-eyed and you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you're like, yeah, I love that, I love that, I love that. But then this interview ends, or this video ends, and then you go back to the everyday normal life that you live without making any actual changes. So motivation and inspiration and all of that is the means to the end of an increased self-image. And how do you increase the self-image? The most important thing that you can do is keep promises to yourself, because reliability is the most important thing that you can be. honesty, integrity, full of character, and reliable. If the cameras that we are on right now or the lights that we are on right now work today, but they don't work in the next one, all of a sudden you're gonna file that, okay, maybe it's time to replace these. And then the next one they work, and the next one after that they don't work, and the next one after that they don't work. You're not gonna have very much faith in the light. You're not gonna have very much faith in the camera. Yet we don't look at our own lives and our own selves like that. We're like, okay, well, I know I had a standard and I set a standard, but I didn't meet that standard. You immediately reinforce to yourself that you are an unreliable human being, that you are an unreliable man. And yes, you need to show yourself grace. You are not perfect. I've already talked about not being perfect, but we all know what right is. We all know what wrong is. We all know what we need to do, but instead we choose what we want to do and we sacrifice the things that we need, which is then in turn eating into our self-image every single day that we choose to do the wrong things. And I'm human. I make mistakes, I cut corners, I have moments of laziness, I don't meet my standards, it happens, right? But if life is a series of decisions and a series of trade-offs for doing what you need to do and not what you want to do, how many times are you doing what you need to do instead of doing what you want to do? Because we all want comfort, we all want ease, we all would love to just sit here and never have to work and never have to put the reps in. If I could have my 8-pack abs, but just sitting here and eating what I want and not having to put the work in, yeah, it would be great. But I don't deserve it if I don't do what I need to do, right? All I gotta do is get on this bike, and right around that 5 to 7 minute mark, my body is gonna start sweating. So I saw the reward. I gave us what we wanted by just doing the work, and I could see it come out. And then I start eating right during camp, and all of a sudden my weight comes down, and I lift weights, and then I see my numbers go up. I put the work in, and then I get faster and stronger. So my life and athletics is just, it's that litmus test and that blueprint from all you have to do is put the work in, and then good things happen. And that happens in every single area of life. But it's the constant pursuit, the aggressive pursuit of comfort, the aggressive pursuit of shying away from pain and shying away from discomfort and shying away from doing the things that we need to do that are ultimately eating into our self-image, which eats into every single aspect of our life, which then affects our relationships and affects every single aspect of our life. And then we start blaming other people when really it's all about us. And increase your self-image by keeping promises to yourself and holding yourself to a high standard and taking full accountability for your life.
Whenever I took third at this past year's Olympia after being the reigning champion, there was a lot of people that were doubting that I could come back. And for me, I just had to have this complete and total belief that I am resilient. I had to know this about myself, that I am someone who is resilient, who always has been resilient, and who's always going to keep moving forward in the face of adversity. And so that's what gets me up every day and gets me motivated, is to just do the things that people don't want to do, aren't willing to do, who doubt me, and frankly, doing things that nobody can envision for themselves. Because I like to think that the spectator is not the visionary.
If I lost the match, it was because he was the better man that match, or I didn't do what I needed to do, and that was it, right? But then ultimately too, getting into the sport of mixed martial arts and then changing my perception as soon as I took those straps off the singlet for the last time at Mizzou in St. Louis, Missouri in 2009 at the NCAA tournament, I vowed to myself, when I go into mixed martial arts, I'm not going to have the same cycle of self-sabotage that I have had over the last 5 years because I underperformed so much. And then coming into mixed martial arts and having massive success right away, becoming 12-0 world champion, number 5 in the world, 7, 8, 9 first round finishes. Like it was a crazy rise to the top. But then I had my first loss and then realized I was losing the battle between my ears. That ultimately made me realize, wait a second, okay, I don't have this self-sabotage anymore, but now I do have. I started pointing fingers and blaming things on other people. And I needed that. And I look back and I'm a little bit ashamed or I'm a little bit embarrassed of it, but I needed that to turn into the man that I am today, to think, okay, I'm never gonna go back to that guy, that version of myself. And that would be the moment that 688-day span where I lost those 3 fights in a row, where I realized that the cavalry isn't coming, and I can choose to feel sorry for myself, and I can choose to point fingers, and I can choose to blame, and I can choose to make excuses, or I can take extreme ownership of this life I have. Extreme accountability, ultimate accountability of what I can and should create with my life. And there's nobody that can stop me if I continue to just operate within my strengths and run my own race. Patience is so important. And yes, you're not where you want to be today, but you have to have the confident expectancy that somewhere down the road, if you keep doing the right things and you keep holding yourself to that standard, you're going to blossom into that man or woman that you need to be. For me, it took, 16, or well, I guess it was 12 years total in the sport of mixed martial arts for me to finally blossom into the man. I was a late bloomer in high school, a late bloomer in college, and now a late bloomer in mixed martial arts. And
in this video, one of my favorite sort of speeches was spoken by Michael Chandler, the man in the arena. And this is kind of the premise of this whole video. And one, I just love it. And I think it encapsulates the idea of that at the end of the day, you are the one that's taking on the fight. You are the one that face is gonna get muddied, gonna get bruised, and you're gonna have people shouting at you, people telling you can't do it, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're the one swinging for bat. You're the one that is putting in the effort. And so it's one of my favorite quotes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep fighting. Keep being the one that keeps getting up. Never, never, ever stop fighting for what you want. Thank you guys for watching. This video was made by William Mulligan, my brother, and I thought it was an amazing video, and I hope it helped you guys. A lot of people keep asking in the comment section where are these speakers from, speeches, interviews. They're all from the Mullen Brothers interview page run by Jordan Mulligan, my other brother. So if any of the speeches you see in these videos will be on that page. So make sure you follow and subscribe to that channel. My other brother William runs the Everyday Stoic. So if you're interested in Stoicism, go follow, go check these videos out. And also all the people in these videos we've made documentaries on. So if you go to the main Mullen Brothers YouTube page, it's all kind of linked in all in the channels. You'll see all these people that we've interviewed in these motivational videos. They'll have documentaries that we have filmed with them for a couple of days. We go all around the world, in America, everywhere, and we film all these documentaries. And that's why you see these interviews put up on the page, on the Mullen Brothers interview page. So yeah, go follow them. Go follow us, Mulligan Brothers. My brother Jordan has been using Marek Health. He's had great results from them. They're all about optimizing your health. So there's a link in the description. Check them out. And guys, be that man in the arena. Keep fighting. Never give up in what you want. Okay? Inspire change. Love you all.